So I just got out of the shower and I'm planning on doing, oh, sorry, doing some editing for editing of my stream videos. I'm kind of worried that I might have gotten to one of my stream videos too late and it might have deleted because, you know, like Twitch only hangs on to your videos for 2 weeks. So now I'm just wondering, like, once I log into Twitch onto my, like, on my laptop, like, will I find that video? So just a tiny bit worried about that because it's one of the videos that's kind of important to the series that I was streaming earlier. If you don't know, I stream some gaming content, and I say it as if I've been doing it forever, but I haven't. The first game that I've streamed is a game I was still streaming up until like last week, which is called Spiritfarer. And it's a game that has impacted me greatly, and I'm not just saying that, like, I've never played a game like it before. It's very in tune with, I don't know, like, it hits me in my feels, for lack of better words. It hits me in my feels really freaking well, to the point where when I talk about it, like, out loud to other people, when I try to describe the instances that happen in this game, it makes me really, really emotional. So that's how it's impacted me. I just realized that I forgot a serum for my face. I usually like to put on my serum before I start messing with my face, but because I don't have one, I guess I'll just get right to it. So what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of what do you call it? Basically the makeup that I do all the time. I'm bringing my primer all the way to my neck because it has sunscreen in it. But yeah, so like the way I've been doing my makeup lately has just been very I guess basic, not basic, maybe like minimal, I guess I would say. I use this darker concealer to spot conceal some areas that I want to make match my regular skin tone. And I don't really use face makeup outside of that, like, you know, like a liquid foundation, or that's what I mean. And if I do use it, it's only just to clean up my bronzer, because for the life of me, I can't seem to get my bronzer application right. I know, I'm an adult. I should be able to do these kinds of things without difficulty, but here we are. You know, in editing my videos, I can see, like, in my face, see, I was led to believe by myself that I was really hard at hiding my emotions, you know, like hiding what I'm saying. Basically, I'd be a really terrible liar. And I thought it was because I had a really good poker face, you know what I mean? But looking at my videos, the reason why I feel like I would be a bad liar or a bad anything, see, that's the point. I would be a bad expresser of emotions because I noticed that my face is not really transparent in what the things that I'm trying to convey. So it's almost like deadpan all the time. I don't know, I guess would that mean that I'd be good at lying? I don't know. But I'm just like, I remember, like, there's some instances in the video game where I was very excited, and to me it just seemed like I wasn't conveying that emotion um effectively, authentically. You know what I mean? That's just the way I felt. um I just look so boring, you know what I mean? And I don't know how I feel about that, because like I said before, I was under the impression that I was an open book on my face, but I'm starting to believe differently. And it could be because I just really self-critical. I was watching YouTube the other day. Well, I do it most days. Like, YouTube is my preferred method of content consumption, especially YouTube Shorts right now. But I was watching this YouTube channel. I forgot the name of it, but I was watching an interview between these two ladies, and one of them was saying that she noticed that the more she let herself criticize herself, like her inner voice, like the longer that she allowed that to happen, and the easier it was to criticize those around her. And in her nature, she just became very critical of herself and everyone, and that was just the norm. And then the quality of her life began to shift. And I thought that was really interesting, because it's true. Like, I'm almost ashamed to say that, like, it's almost like a compulsive thing where I just can't stop criticizing my exterior, like my reality out there, and my inner, you know? So, and at the same time, it kind of gave me hope that there is a solution, because she was saying that she is no longer like that, but it's an everyday kind of exercise that she has to do, which makes a lot of sense. Because just like with any other muscle, like say you're trying to get jacked, you know, you wouldn't let yourself falter too much, because then you lose your progress. And then it's like you have to relearn all these skills that got you to the place where you were at your best self, you know? So in that, I don't know, like when I hear people talk about those kinds of things, it's comforting, because not because misery loves company, but because to me it's like I feel less alone. And in this particular situation, not only did I feel less alone, but I also felt like there was hope. There was hope for me, you know? And I'm not a freak, and everybody does it, and it can be not that serious, you know? It's not, to me, it's not like something that's like, it's not crippling, you know? So that's good. So that's the message I took away from it. I couldn't finish it because I was like, work started getting hectic. I am fortunate enough to work at an office setting, and I can consume media through my head, like consume content off of YouTube using headphones, and I don't really have to watch it. So that's how I was listening to it. So that was nice. Like, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I felt better. I don't know where I was going with that. But that's just where I am right now. Anyways, so I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm kind of like trying to find like skincare products that work for me, because for a time I had like really bad acne, and it left all this like acne scarring, which you probably can't see now because I put concealer, like that color correcting concealer on, like just right here and then right here. But I noticed my pores here starting to get a little bigger, so I started looking for skincare products that are minimizing all that. I wouldn't say I have bad skin. I just don't like looking at that, because when I did put on face stuff, face products, to me it looked crappy. Again, there's that self-critical shit that I was telling you about. But still no luck. So all that to say is still no luck. I'm sorry. I don't have any good news for you. But the good news is that in putting on less base makeup, my sister saw me and she was like, oh, your skin looks really good. Unfortunately, I mean, I am still using makeup to cover a few things, but that's life, you know? And as long as my skin looks good, I'm not too, even with makeup, because that was like the big issue for me. It's like, man, even like with all this freaking makeup that I'm putting on, my skin looks like shit, you know? I mean, there must have been some kind of change. Maybe it was a change in application that makes my skin look less shitty, which is cool. I'll take it, you know? Can't be too mad at that. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone. Ooh. And let me put this shit on vibrate. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what's been going on. Another thing that's been going on is family drama. Woo. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I'm not spreading other people's business. That's just not the way I roll. But suffice it to say, but I will say this. I identified that somebody in my family is in need of emotional and emotional support and mental support. And I'm not that involved with family. I think it's just the experiences that I had growing up makes me slightly hesitant, almost like borderline averse to spending time with some family members. And I don't know, man, I think I just got to a point where I'm just like closed off to all these people because they just don't understand boundaries, you know? And I view them all like the same, which is not a good thing, because not every single person in my family is the same, and not all of them do these things, have these behaviors towards me that make me uncomfortable. So I should not write them off as, oh well, they're all the same, you know? So anyways, the long and the short of it is that one of my family members just probably needs someone to talk to, you know? And me and her, we're going to have a meal together, and I'm really excited because I have never had like a in-depth conversation with her before, even though I've literally watched her grow up. And there are a few things which I think it's really flattering that for some things she did come to me because she felt like she couldn't go to anyone else. And that was cool. But outside of that, we don't really have we don't have a relationship, you know? But I mean, it's never, well, I mean, the only way that it's too late is that if that, you know, someone dies. But we are very much alive, so I'm gonna take this fucking moment and build a relationship with her, you know, if that's what she wants. And at the very least, we're fucking eating together, okay? And I can bring her out of her head and we can just enjoy the moment, you know? So yeah. See, that doesn't look too bad, does it? So simple. And that's the approach I've been doing. Like literally, like the color correcting here, the the little, like this, what is this, concealer that's a little hot, lighter than my skin, just to brighten up. 2 colors on my lid, dude, and then that's it. That's a wrap, you know, as far as that goes. But I do always have to pat her here because I have like lines right here, and I need to stop tapping because then I'm gonna take away all the concealer I just put on there. Anyways, and I don't know, like, I know this is just like chatting or whatever, but if you're curious, I use this guy. I think they're having a sale right now, which kind of like annoys me because it's like, man, I could have waited for the sale to get some sort of a discount. No, but you know what? That's right. Now I remember, I remember that this one YouTuber has like boku, like so many discount codes for like all these cosmetics and stuff. So I was like, I'm pretty sure she has a discount code for Glamlight. So I just jumped on one of her videos, and I was like, hell yeah. So I got me my nice little 15% off. And I know they get commissions off of that, but I mean, they got bills to pay too, right? So win-win. Yeah. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do next is, see, alright, I got this bronzer, but I'm still not convinced. But hey, I freaking bought it, so I'm gonna use it. So yeah, that's what's been going on with the fam. As far as my gaming, streaming goes, man, okay, so like I'm in the middle of this, this game right now. It's called Omori, and it's the first horror game that I'm playing. So let me tell you my backstory about gaming. When I was in high school, I went to school with my cousin, and he was a daily gamer, right? He had a PlayStation 1, and I would go to his house after school every day, and I would watch him play like Grand Theft Auto. I would watch him play Resident Evil and all those kinds of games. And I really enjoyed watching him play. And that's part of the reason why, that is the reason why I still like watching people play video games. But I exclusively watch people play horror games. I won't play them. So I'll play games that I was like, you know, like it's that thing where it's like, I don't think this game is complicated. I think it's going to be easygoing game. So that's the game I'm going to play. You know, if it's something like Elden Ring or something hardcore where it's like, I think Elden Ring is hardcore, or like Resident Evil, I can't play those kinds of games because I feel like I'm that person that if I keep hitting a wall and I can't go past it, I'm going to quit the game, and then I'll be mad because I'm going to waste that money on a game that I can't pass, you know? And then, when it comes to horror games, like I'm a fucking scaredy cat, okay? I'm not trying to like wear these headphones that I have to wear because, you know, I'm freaking streaming. Obviously I have to wear these headphones, and then I'm alone in my room getting the shit scared out of me. Like, nah, man, I'm good. Like, I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to be able to get past missions because I'm so fucking scared. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, but I was like, you know what? I've been waiting for this game for 8 months because it looks so cool. Like, I got drawn into it by the art. And then only later did I find out that it was actually a horror game. And I'm like, you know what? This game doesn't look like it's really fucking scary. Like, it doesn't look like a Resident Evil. It doesn't look like a Silent Hill. I think I can handle it. And lo and behold, I'm playing it when it drops, right? It dropped last Friday. Lo and behold, I'm playing this game, and there was like one scene where it was kind of scary, you know, like there was like a jump scare in it. And I'm like, and that was it. The rest of the gameplay, I was doing some research on it because it was a very confusing game to me. I was doing some research on it, and the majority of I think it's like the majority of the first half, you're like in this kid's head, and in this kid's head, it's a lot nicer than reality. So this kid's imagination is like very colorful, very like cartoony, and he's hanging out with his friends and they're solving little mysteries and stuff like that. So it's like really really cool. So it really does not feel like I'm playing a scary game. But it is one of those games where if you the outcome is dependent on the choices you make. And that's the kind of game I don't like playing, because I don't want to have to keep playing this game over and over again just to find a different ending. Like, I much rather just read up on the different endings, because I don't know, like I feel like I'm over it. I want to move on to the next thing, but who knows, like I'm only just starting, so I might feel differently later on. I don't know. But for now, that's my story, man. Like, I don't want to keep on grinding at a game just to find another ending. And you're probably wondering, like, I thought your makeup was simple. Well, I'm in front of a camera and I don't really have anywhere to go. Don't have to be at work at 6 today, so I'm just kind of doing it all the way. But yeah, so that's just the kind of gamer I am. Am I a gamer? Nah, I'm just a person that plays games. And I think this is out. Ooh. This is bad. The fucking, what is it called? The spurts is bad. That sucks. You know what? I'm gonna transfer that shit over to another. Yeah, hell yeah. See? That way I don't have to toss this. I got another setting spray and I'm just gonna do this in here. Okay, cool. Yes. And it's like I have a brand new setting spray. Nice. Alright, cool. We're good to go. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna finish off with a lipstick and some liner. Dude, so okay. So, like, on YouTube, they're, like, always raving about these glosses, and they're actually pretty nice. I thought it was just, like, you know, just a bunch of lip service, but nah, it really is. That's a good one, and I hate to admit it. A good, though, because, like, look, I'm trying to save for a house. I'm not trying to spend so much money on makeup anymore. I feel like lately I've been allowing myself to dream big. And as cheesy as that fucking sounds, cheesy as hell. Believe me, that is not lost on me. I fucking hear myself. It is cheesy, but it's true. I want these things, and I'm like gonna work to get them, okay? I mean, I only just dreamt big when it came to my car last year, and I've been eyeing this kind of car since 2018, and I only just got it last year. Cause fuck it. And it was convenient because, like, the car that I had was a hand-me-down, and it was like starting to become really dangerous to drive. And I took it to the dealership, right? I took it to the dealership, and I took it to the dealership. Tell me why. They were like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the transmission, because that's what I thought it is. I can tell it was a fucking transmission, because every time I was changing gears, it was like lagging, you know what I mean? It was like stalling. That's the word I'm looking for. It was stalling, and it would stall in the middle of the freeway, every time I changed gears, and it was not automatic, you know, so like when you're getting on the freeway and then when you're on the freeway, your car's going to naturally like change gears to adjust for the new speed, but it would stall at any random point in the middle of the freeway, in the Houston freeway, where drivers are so unforgiving, merciless, and because of the new legislation, armed, all of them. So road rage equals you're possibly going to die because they're going to shoot you, okay? I'm in this environment. My car can't lag. You see what I'm saying? Even if you weren't in the environment, if you're on the freeway and your car is lagging, that is very dangerous. Someone will fucking T-bone you or rear end you or something, and that's just not safe. So I take it to the dealership, and they're just like basically telling me, for your car, this is good. You know what I mean? They're basically saying, this is the best your transmission will perform because of the kind of car it is, because of the make and model of this car. This is optimal performance. And I was just like, wow, that is like a slap in the face, because cars are fucking expensive. And had I known that this car just naturally will have a fucked up transmission because it's so cheaply made, and it will, you know, this is the best that it can do, I would have never fucking wasted my time and money on this car. But it's just one of those things that you learn in life the hard way. Definitely a hard fucking lesson. So I would highly suggest you doing research on, like, if you're in the market for a car or even thinking about getting a car, absolutely do your fucking research, man, because that was just BS. That kind of, and it's not like it was the dealership's, like the particular person that I'm talking to's fault, but I really appreciate the fucking honesty, because I was like, all right, bet, like, this is a shit car, cool, I'm gonna sell it and get my fucking dream car. So that's what I did. And it's not like my dream car is not like this fucking Hummer or, you know, like any of that kind of shit. Like, I just wanted a Kia Soul, okay? Laugh at me all you want, but I think those cars are cool. I don't care that they look like little Matchbox cars. I like that. And it's perfect. It fucking describes who I am. You look at that car and you're like, of course it's your car. It's that kind of car. For me, anyways. Anyways, so I'm thinking that I want to go to the store one of these days. I'm actually glad that, you know, do you do video editing as a job? Like, as my paying job? No. Like, I would consider it my second job because of how much time I put into it, but I don't get paid. It's just for me, like, for my channel. I do logistics for my job, my full-time job that I get paid doing. I do logistics, which is basically a fancy way of saying I organize the movement of merchandise from point A to point B. And that's what I do. Definitely not a creative outlet. But I do find some situations where I can be creative. Like, for example, when I report on a weekly basis the greatest sums of money on particular items that we lose, and the greatest quantity of losses of different kinds of the specific merchandise that we lose as a store. And I present it in a way. I basically use PowerPoint and I get creative with it, and no one's told me to stop, so I keep doing it. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, dude, you gotta take it where you can get it, you know. So that's what I've been doing. Like, I'm putting, like, you know, what is it, pool toys on these reports, and like I use gradients and colors, and like, I don't know, it's just fun. I really have fun with it, even though the information is kind of boring. So like I was saying before, I'm in a position in my life where my perspective is that I have enough of things in my life, you know, in regards to like clothing and makeup and all the stuff that I enjoy, perfumes, you know, like those trivial things. I have enough. But I do need, what do you call it? What are those kinds of shirts called? They're, I guess like muscle shirts, tank tops, I think they're tank tops, you know, like, oh, like this, you know, like one of these, like this style of shirt where it's like a shirt that has no sleeveless shirts. There you go. Jesus Christ. Why is it so hard for me to think of that? Anyways, I am in need of those, especially now because I go to the gym and it's like average 100 on a daily basis. So you go from hot climate to going to the gym where you're sweating in addition to the sweat that you just experience outside. So I really need those kinds of shirts right now. So I'm gonna go and shop for those. So if you guys are interested in seeing me shop for those things, it's probably gonna be really short because I'm one of those people where it's like in and out, you know. I'm in there for one thing and that's what I'm gonna buy, and I'm not gonna deviate from the shopping list. So I don't know if you guys are willing to see that, like the travel to the store or to the different stores, depending on what stores I need to go to find these particular shirts that are reasonably priced. Hello, because I don't have a lot of money. But yeah, let me know. Let me know if you'd be willing to, if you'd be interested in that kind of video, and I'll vlog it. Okay. But so it's time to go into my second job of video editing. Yes, I only did my makeup just to be in front of a computer to edit and do work, but it's the way that it's my way of waking up and focusing, because I do this when I go to work. So why not do this when I'm doing work? That, you know what I mean? I don't know. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day, and I will be talking to you soon. Okay? Bye.